Call it how it is. Hendrix. I promise you, swear.
After 9/11 occurred. In 2001, George W. Bush passed the Patriot Act. People tried to create an act known as the SAFE Act, introduced by former Senator Larry Craig, against the Patriot Act, so they knew the information the NSA were taking was specifically just for suspicious actions. Because they were worried the information that was not suspicious at all was being read and taken for no reason. In March of 2004, a conflict occurred, known as the hospital incident, which had a great impact on the Patriot Act. Comey. This caused the administrations to need to rely on the Patriot Act more heavily. In 2004, the FBI has granted its first approval to seize business records under Section 215 of the Patriot Act. Verizon was one of the first phone companies to give their users' metadata over to the NSA. Obama speaks out about his opinions of the Patriot Act. He urges his colleagues not to renew the Patriot Act without significant oversight reform. They were collecting and who from was leaked to The Guardian affects millions and millions of innocent people, and there's no way all of our calling records are relevant to a terrorism investigation.
Although he was against it in 2010, Obama had decided to sign a temporary extension on the Patriot Act.
On May 7, 2015, the Federal Court of Appeals in New York ruled that the National Security Agency's collection of American phone records in bulk is illegal. Specifically, they ruled that the practice did not fall under the scope of the USA Patriot Act, which allows wiretapping of individuals to detect and prevent terrorism. So what is the USA Patriot Act? Well, the USA Patriot Act is a 10-letter acronym for the Uniting and Strengthening America by Providing Appropriate Tools Required to Intercept and Obstruct Terrorism Act of 2001. It was passed swiftly by Congress following the terrorist attacks of September 11th and signed into law by George W. Bush in 2001. Later, when it was set to expire in 2011, Barack Obama renewed the law for another 4 years. The Patriot Act has been the subject of intense controversy. Although it was intended to prevent terrorist attacks, it has been accused of infringing on basic American civil liberties. It allows any law enforcement officials to skirt a U.S. citizen's Fourth Amendment protections against unreasonable search and seizure. The Patriot Act grants agencies like the FBI sweeping surveillance power over cell phone data, internet search histories, medical histories, library records, and any tangible thing for suspected terrorists. Critics note that because intelligence can be gathered secretly with little oversight, officials can easily abuse their power and falsely charge innocent people. The Patriot Act also allows for the indefinite detention of anyone, even non-U.S. citizens, without probable cause. The New York court recently ruled against the NSA's mass phone surveillance program because the judges said it would be an unprecedented contraction of the privacy expectations of all Americans. Yet, they also made it clear that if they wanted, Congress would absolutely be able to legalize the NSA's actions by passing new laws to that effect. However, they would not be able to use the Patriot Act in its current form to continue justifying the mass surveillance. The USA Patriot Act is set to expire in June 2015, and Congress is already discussing its renewal. Despite massive opposition from numerous public figures, including senators, celebrities, and whistleblowers like Edward Snowden, President Obama has continued his support for the program. He maintains that there is suitable oversight to potential privacy abuses and that the program has had proven results against terrorist violence. NSA surveillance will continue to be a greatly divisive issue as the population continues to increase its digital footprint. If you're curious to dive deeper into why the NSA became the closest thing to Big Brother that the world has ever seen, check out our video here.
So what happened? How did the NSA get so powerful? Well, the NSA stems from agencies that we created in order to collect information about foreign nations during World War I and World War II. They collected communications intelligence, initially radio signals, and then as technology advanced, electronic intelligence.
Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks as always for watching TestTube. We'll see you tomorrow.
Section 215 had a strong impact on the Patriot Act.
Section 215 is written as if they're going after individual people based on individual investigations. Yet, it allows the NSA to collect any records that were related to terrorism.
To conclude, The most recent research about the Patriot Act was back in 2014. The Guardian publishes documents from former NSA contractor Edwin Snowden, revealing the U.S. government had secretly interpreted Section 215 as allowing bulk collection of U.S. citizens' electronic data.
I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart but your head gets dumb. So much to do,